Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync kvCORE with Mailchimp so that all those contacts you have in kvCORE can automatically get synced into Mailchimp as soon as they come in. You're going to build out that email newsletter list. You're going to be able to use the awesome tools in Mailchimp, and you're going to be able to send emails that arrive in over 90% of the inboxes instead of the spam folder. It's super easy to set this up. Let me show you. So here we are. We're going to go to apination.com. That is step one. And then you're going to click on this big button that says Start Syncing. Once you click on that, you're going to see a ton of different apps, marketing apps, productivity apps, and real estate apps, including over here is kvCORE. So if you see any other apps that you're using, go ahead and click through those as well and set up some automations. I'm going to go with kvCORE here. And once you click on that, you can see, all right, kvCORE syncs with all these apps down here. You can automate this stuff and save yourself some real time. Here's Mailchimp under M. I'm going to click on that. And once you click on that, you can see exactly what you can sync between these two apps. I can sync contacts from kvCORE into Mailchimp. This is the most popular thing to set up between these two apps, but you can also set it up the other way. So if you have a bunch of people in an old newsletter list that you've been meaning to get into kvCORE, you can sync them right in using this sync. Or if you have a landing page out there using Mailchimp, people are filling out a Mailchimp form, you can use that to sync it into kvCORE as well. And then finally, this is the newest thing, we just added this. You can now sync Mailchimp activities as a note into kvCORE. So all that really rich data about what your contacts, what your leads are doing with your emails will get synced into kvCORE as a note. Let me show you what it looks like to set these up. I'm gonna go ahead and click Activate on this most popular one, kvCORE into Mailchimp. And the step one is to go ahead and sign into API Nation if you don't have an account. Click here to create one, or you can sign in with Google. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in with Google. And then I'm just gonna pick the Google account I'm gonna use. All right, here we go. And then the next step is to go ahead and connect kvCORE. So to do that, I just hit this big orange button that says connect. It's gonna take me out to kvCORE, ask me to sign in, authorize the connection, and we're ready to go. Step two, connect Mailchimp. Also very simple. You're just gonna hit this big orange button. It's gonna say, all right, what do you wanna label this connection? Most people just label it after themselves. You can name it after you, your company, your office. It's just in case you're managing a lot of different Mailchimp accounts. Most people only have one though. So now we need the API key, pretty easy. Here is where it is. You can just follow this information to grab it. Once you're signed into Mailchimp, you can actually just click this link and it'll take you right to it. And we're on the API keys page. If you don't have any keys yet, just scroll on down to the bottom, hit create a key. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna call this one kvCORE. So there it is at the top. I'm gonna label it kvCORE. Cool. Grab it, hit Control C or Command C to copy, go back to API Nation and paste it in there. That's all it takes. All right, so now we're just gonna look at a few things before we activate the sync. The big one here is, do I wanna send everybody from kvCORE into Mailchimp? Do I wanna instantly build out that newsletter? Or do I just wanna send contacts I add from today going forward? Most people wanna check this box because they want to send everybody from kvCORE into Mailchimp. Just build out that newsletter instantly. So that's what that's gonna do. Uncheck the box and it's just gonna start paying attention from now on. You also have to select which audience in Mailchimp you want to send it to. I have one set up called Real Estate Leads and Clients. One thing I wanted to point out here is that Mailchimp has custom fields. So here I am, I'm in the audience section. I'm going to go to manage my audience, go to settings, and then I can go over here to audience fields and merge tags. And why I bring this up is because you can go through, come down here, and create fields that match exactly the information you're pulling from kvCORE. The things you really want, the things you think matter for Mailchimp, you can have that stuff pulled over. Just add a field for it, and then once you do, you'll just sync it in API Nation. So just a heads up about that, really cool feature between Mailchimp and kvCORE. Once I chose my configuration here, I'm gonna hit subscribe, and that's gonna create my new sync. It's not yet active yet. So I'm just gonna do a final tour. I can hit this big button when I feel good about it. So I'm syncing all contacts from kvCORE into Mailchimp, into this audience. If I wanted to filter, I could. So for example, maybe I wanna only send over people who have a hashtag that is hashtag Mailchimp. I could do that. And then whenever I wanna send somebody to my newsletter in kvCORE, I just add that hashtag in kvCORE. So that's an option. You can also filter by status, lead type, zip code, a ton of different great options. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this out. I just wanna build out my email newsletter as big as possible so I can start sending out those newsletters and staying top of mind with the most people. Come on down here to mapping and we do most of this for you. You can see email, birthday, first name, last name. And like I said, you can go ahead and make these fields in Mailchimp and then sync in the field from kvCORE that you want added. I'm gonna come on down here. This all looks good to me. I'm gonna go up to the top and activate this sync. So there we go, this sync is now active. It's pushing everybody from kvCORE into my Mailchimp, and it's gonna pay attention from now on and go ahead and sync any new contacts as soon as they come into Mailchimp. Let's go back to our kvCORE area. And I'm gonna go through that same process again with Mailchimp. And this time we're gonna look at that notes field. So again, all three of these syncs are available. You can send contacts from kvCORE into Mailchimp, send contacts from Mailchimp into kvCORE, and the newest one is sending activity into kvCORE. So I'm gonna activate this one also to show you what that looks like. Because you've already set up these apps, you've already connected them, all you have to do is select the connections you've added. These are all ready to go. We go right to the final page. It's gonna ask me just to double check. We are syncing notes from Mailchimp into kvCORE, that's correct. And then I'll just choose the activity I wanna sync. So do I wanna sync when an email is open? Am I more interested in when a link is clicked? Do I wanna sync when an email is soft bounce, hard bounce, sent, any of these? And keep in mind, you can set up multiple syncs. So if you're interested in open, link clicked, and hard bounced, you can go through and set up 3 different syncs, one for each of those activities. I'm gonna focus on link clicked, and I'm going to go ahead and choose my test campaign 3. So you're gonna need to know the name of the campaign, and this is most useful if you have a drip campaign because it's getting sent out over and over to every lead as they come in. So I'm gonna hit subscribe. Again, we've created this sync, not yet active, but this looks good to me. Whenever a link is clicked in test campaign 3, that's one of my campaigns I have within my drip campaign, it's gonna make a note in kvCORE. I could filter if I want, but you probably don't need to do that for this. And then just come on down here to mapping, and you're just gonna fill out exactly what you want the note title and the note details to be. And you can either just type this out, link was clicked, and the note details, clicked link from campaign 3. That absolutely will work. Maybe you want to add some dynamic information. Check it out. So link was clicked, and you can just look in here and add things like the email address. Link was clicked by, and then add the email address, and then here in the note details, click link from campaign 3, and then you can go ahead and add the timestamp, activity timestamp, at, and then it'll put in your timestamp. You can see this is what it'll look like. Click link from campaign 3 at this time. Link was clicked by email address. So this will now create a note whenever a link is clicked from that campaign. I'm gonna go ahead and activate that sync. And I would just set up this sync for each of the emails in that drip campaign. So that's it. That is how you sync kvCORE with Mailchimp. You can send those contacts right into Mailchimp, build out your newsletter instantly, start building your personal brand with that awesome newsletter that keeps you top of mind with your clients. And also you can sync all those activities from Mailchimp back to kvCORE as notes. So whenever somebody clicks a link, whenever somebody opens an email in your drip campaigns in Mailchimp, you'll get a note in kvCORE letting you know. Super helpful. If you have any questions or need any assistance setting up this sync, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, and we're connecting the world's applications.